Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I have filmed a video. We are now in 2021. I have an almost 5-month-old and we're almost a month into the new year, so it is already going way too quickly. So in today's video I thought I would film a little short video about interesting ways that I grow plants. I did put a question box up on my Instagram and someone asked to see the interesting ways that I grow some of my plants. Now I don't actually have like a lot of interesting ways that I grow my plants, but I do love to experiment, so I have tried a few different things, mainly with Hoya. But yeah, I thought I would show you, hopefully give you a bit of inspiration. Yeah, let's just jump in. So this first one, not super interesting, but good old mayonnaise jar. And I have put a spider plant in it, so no drainage. As you can see, the roots are pretty well established in there. I do like being able to see the roots. That's why I think it's pretty cool when you grow something in a clear container. But yeah, a spider plant in a glass jar. So I did a bit of research on how, this is a Hoya Linearis. I did a bit of research on how they grow in the wild, and I did see quite a lot of them growing out of like moss off trees. So like trees that had a lot of moss growing on. These Hoya Linearis seem to grow out of that moss. So basically what I did was I made a little kokedama ball. So inside is some perlite, vermiculite and cocoa fibre mix, and I've wrapped it in sphagnum and then obviously wrapped around some string to hold it in place. I did have this hanging up like this, if you can see, but I found being in the greenhouse it dried out way too quickly. So basically what I've done now is I've got this little container which I fill with water, and the string that it used to hang from sits in, let's see if I can do it one-handed, sits in there like that, and then this guy just sits on top, and basically the string wicks the water up into the ball and it helps keep it evenly moist, and the little Linearis just sort of sits like that. So that is a kind of interesting way, a different way to grow a Hoya. So there's that guy. So keeping on with the Hoya theme, this is a tree fern fibre totem, which I have mounted a Hoya serpens onto. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this guy a lot because I am obsessed with how it's looking. It's so cute, and what makes it is the little bits and pieces that are growing out of the fern pole. I think it just looks so cute. You can see the leaves. Oh, is it going to focus? Maybe I should put it down. So you can see the leaves that it was growing in soil, just the standard way, and then since mounting it you can see that the leaves have like doubled in size. They're a lot closer together, they're a lot more vibrant, and this guy is just growing great guns. So he's actually got another little growth point going off there. And basically what I've done is I've just used some garden wire and bent it over into little hooks, and I've basically just sort of pinned it down, and the roots are growing down into the fern and helping it attach itself. So yeah, I think that is a really cute, different way of growing it. The only thing is with this is the fern pole needs to stay moist, constantly moist. So I actually have this guy growing in one of my prop boxes, and I've actually mounted a few more cuttings which I'm going to be selling, so I thought that was pretty cute. But yeah, I really like this guy. He's very interesting. If you did want it, so this is my greenhouse, if you did want to have this inside, I'd probably recommend like a nice glass jar or something. You could probably have it sitting up like that in a glass jar. But yeah, I think it's just really interesting, gives it a really cool like natural vibe with all the bits growing off it. Yeah. So here I have a string of turtles, or Peperomia Prostrata. He is just growing in some sphagnum moss. The moss is also growing. If you can kind of see the yellowy burnt bit there, the sun got too intense and kind of killed that off, but he is just growing in a prop box again. You kind of want to keep it moist for it to attach itself to the pole if it'll focus, but you can see its little roots there attaching to the pole. Yeah, just another interesting way to grow some plants instead of just having them in a normal pot and trailing. Yeah, adds a bit of interest, but there's that guy. I don't know if this is super interesting or different or unique, but my greenhouse floor is pure coarse pumice, and I have sort of experimented by putting different plants in there. It's under my greenhouse bench. I just like to see how they grow. So here I had a whole lot of philodendron micans cuttings, which they looked pretty dead, so I just chucked them in here, but they've actually taken off and starting to look pretty cute, so I like the way that is growing. Obviously I have lots of ferns because they like the shade of the bench. I've got a Tradescantia zebrina, a Rhaphidophora decursiva. I have the old bloody maidenhair fern, peace lily. Yeah, some more ferns, just some random pot plants as well. Oh yeah, I've got this little creeping ficus, again, which I have just planted straight into the pumice, and it is actually attaching itself to my greenhouse bench, and I think that looks really cute, so I can't wait for it to sort of fully cover this and make it look all green and lush. Loving that. Back on the Hoya train, we have a Fern Fibre Pot. Now you can get these from Rooted NZ on Instagram. I'm actually really obsessed with fern fibre stuff, so I have all these poles, shingling boards, I've got some mounting boards, so yeah, I'm in a real experimental mode. But this is my Hoya bilobata, which I have growing in there, so it's in a little bit of potting medium. Yeah, I think that looks really cute. Another interesting way of growing plants, and it actually helps retain the moisture, which is pretty cool. It's also very porous, so if you pour water through, it is just going to pour out the bottom. But yeah, I think that looks really cute, and I really am loving fern fibre products at the moment. So I actually couldn't find anything else, especially in here. I do have some more things like on trellis and bamboo hoops and poles, but that's all pretty standard ways of growing climbing plants, so yeah, you kind of know about that. Hope you guys found this video at least a little bit interesting. I hope you got inspiration to try something new. I always really love experimenting with plants. It's so much fun, especially if you research them and see how they grow in the wild, and then you can try and replicate that in the way you grow them in your home. Let me know if you try any of these ideas out. Leave a comment in the comment box below if you have tried different ways of growing plants, like mounting them on wooden boards or something like that. I'd be really interested to see how you go with that, maybe give me some inspiration. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!